guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we are doing Seduction.
Yay!
You know the song, obviously.
So when I told you guys that like there's two songs that I really like by Eminem that I've always liked, that he doesn't either like or he doesn't listen to, this is one of them.
So yeah, I don't not like the song. It's actually a very good song. You just like it more than I do.
Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I mean?
He never plays it. I
Nah.
actually I think I made a comment about that because like there's like a few that he always plays and it's a lot of the ones that like I've always known, but like he has never played these. And I was like, you never play the ones that I like.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so this is a unique type of song, kind of. You know, like the theme, like he's like being like smooth and shit, you
Yeah.
know? Like Superman was a song to like girls, but it was mostly like a diss track, you know? I mean, this is called seduction, so he's literally just like straight up seducing without like giving like backhanded compliments to the girls. You know what I mean? Like he does joking around.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I felt like this was like a song for like
girls,
girls.
100%. Yeah, he knew what he was doing when he made this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song though. So we'll go through it. We'll break it down. Right.
And yeah, so it's clear. I know the song.
That's what happens when we go through the discography.
Yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. Links in the description below. And our username's right there.
All right.
That's my hair. Why?
Seduction.
Like a verbal seduction. Seduction when I tell a girl's on the floor.
I don't know, man. Just feels like we're a lot different. Kind of feels like I'm on a whole different page right now than you. Feels strange, but I guess it's kind of like I feel like I'm morphing into something that's so incredible that I'm dwarfing all competitors. Better get your girlfriend in check. It's psychological warfare, endorphins I affect. Your self-esteem shatters as dialect comes blasting out your deck. She loves me, such passion you'd expect this sort of reaction from her. Yet you strong on, you're fucking corny. You try to turn your charm on, cause you just think you're Bishop the Don Juan. But if you think that you're fucking with me, homie, you're on one. I'm cocking my head back like Ed Lover, come on son. She's on my Johnson, she brings my name up constant. Your boys are like she's fucking with dude she wants son. Homeboy, you better get a clue. She's on my dick cause I spit better than you. What you expect her to do? How you expect her to act in the sack when she's closing her eyes, fantasizing her digging her nails in my back to this track?
Seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. One minute she loves you, the next she owes. She's been stolen from you. It's like a seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. One minute she loves you, the next she owes. She's been stolen from you. It's like a
She's sitting.
You know a decent amount of the words.
Yeah, I know it. Like I said, I don't not like this song. You know, we discussed it in a video before. I'm trying to think if there's actually a single Eminem song that like I hate, like I really don't like. There's, a handful that I just don't listen to, but I actually have to sit and think if I'm like, oh, I really don't like this song. Like this song is trash. I'd have to think about it. So there's a long instrumental, intro. There's a bunch of different like instruments.
And then like someone's in the back saying girls on the floor.
Yes.
Sounds like
So I looked.
Wyclef Jean, but I don't think it is.
No, it's not. I actually looked that up. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, it doesn't say in the title. I don't know who it is. It says Slide Jordan, who I'm not familiar with him. I
Me
don't know
neither.
what he does. So do they have both lyrics on here?
No.
I don't know, man. It just feels like okay.
No.
So you hear him saying like verbal seduction, and then the girls on the floor. Um, like a verbal seduction. When I tell them girls on the floor, I don't know, man, just feels like we're a lot different. It kind of feels like I'm on a whole different page right now than you. Okay, that's there kind of. And then he says it feels strange, but I guess it's kind of like. And then it goes into the first
Feels
verse.
like a morphin.
Yes, goes right into I feel like I'm morphing into something that's so incredible that I'm dwarfing all competitors. Better get your girlfriend in check. It's psychological warfare. Endorphins I affect. Your self-esteem shatters as dialect comes blasting at your deck. So that's like there's actually some it's funny because he's rapping in this like very laid back like way, but the syllables that he's rhyming, like there's a lot of like rhyming there.
Yeah, and it's like the middle word rhymes with the last word.
Yeah, so he does the morphin, dwarfin, girlfriend, you know, endorphin, but endorphins I affect shatters the dialect. So he's rhyming them there, the endorphins with the morphin, and then
Yeah.
the effect comes back with the dialect. So it's actually, pretty cool how it's not a simple rhyme, I should say.
No.
So yeah, he's saying, he's morphing into being the man. He's making all his competitors look like shit. They're not as good. And he says, better get your girlfriend in check. It's psychological warfare. It's endorphins I affect. So he makes people's girlfriends have these endorphins. And then he says, your self-esteem shatters as dialect comes blasting out your deck, which is
So,
funny.
yeah, but just really quick, a deck for anyone who doesn't know what that might mean.
Yeah.
He's what? I always have to do this. There are definitely young people who don't know what that means.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's referring to a tape deck. But like what year did the song come out in?
So this album's 2010, I believe.
So like if you had an old car, you probably had a tape deck. A lot of people were either still listening to CDs at this point or using their iPods in the car. But yeah, it's a tape deck, so it's like what his music would be coming out of.
I'm trying to remember if they called them CD decks also.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
So
I mean,
yeah,
at least I don't know.
yeah. So he says your self-esteem shatters as dialect comes blasting out your deck. So I like that. The dialect is an interesting word to use there because
Yeah.
dialect is the way you say things, which I'm sure he does actually mean that. You know what I mean? And his delivery actually is different, like the way he's saying the words on this song. But it's also the things that he's saying.
Like his rap is coming out of the speakers.
Yeah. And he says, she loves me. Such passion you'd expect this sort of reaction from her, yet you strong arm. You're fucking corny. You try to turn your charm on because you just think you're Bishop the Don Juan. So he's saying, of course these girls are going to have this reaction. I'm the man. They love what I'm saying, all that.
What's Bishop?
So okay, so yeah, let's go. You say you strong armor, you're fucking corny. So, trying to be like all possessive and shit of
Yeah, like I think it's
girls.
like when you like take someone away from someone,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he says, you try to turn your charm on because you just think you're Bishop the Don Juan. So,
Like you think you're all that.
yeah, so it's actually, so Don Juan, if you just take the Don Juan part, he was like a famous, like, Latin, like, lover. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think
I
of
never knew what
Don
or
Juan.
who he was. I just always heard that being referred to and never actually really knowing what it meant.
Okay, so yeah, Don Juan is like an infamous, like a Casanova kind of character,
Okay.
right? But then Bishop the Don Juan is like this pimp character guy.
Okay.
You've probably seen him. He wears like the crazy, like I'm picturing him, like Snoop Dogg used to hang with him.
Like purple.
Actually, purple and green. Was he in Old School? Remember Snoop Dogg was in the movie Old School? Was it Snoop Dogg? And I believe Bishop Don Juan was in that too. I could be mistaken. Let me
And what
know. If it's not, let me know who I'm thinking of. But yes, he dresses in these wild outfits,
was
you
it Cat?
know. So he dresses like Cat Williams, Bishop the Don Juan. But
Okay.
no, he wasn't in Old School. For sure, it wasn't Cat. But yes, so Bishop the Don Juan is like this famous like pimp character guy who is, a pimp, like literally. But, so he has all these ladies and shit.
So that makes sense why it's like saying he's like trying to possess this lady because that's like what pimps
Yeah.
do, I think.
Yeah, so exactly. And then Bishop Don Juan actually he picks the name Don Juan because Don Juan was famous for being good with women. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
so he thinks he's just like everything.
yeah, so this guy thinks yes, he thinks he's the man and a pimp, but he's not. All right, and then he says, "But if you think that you're fucking with me, homie, you're on one." I'm cocking my head back like, "Hey, Ed Lover, come on,
Yes.
son."
I don't know who Ed Lover is.
Okay, so there was so they were known as a duo, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, and not this Dr. Dre. There's a different Dr. Dre who was famous in hip hop. Um, they one of them, I think Ed Lover hosted MTV Raps. I'm trying to remember Ed Lover. So they were a famous duo, like the 80s and 90s in hip hop.
Okay.
Um, Ed Lover has had, I don't know if he still has, a show, and that was like his catchphrase. He'd be like, "Come on, son," and he'd cock his head back. So that's what that's a reference of. I'm cocking my head back like Ed Lover. "Come on, son," which is what he would say. Um, Again, we spoke about this when we were doing Drug Ballad, but he says, "But if you think that you're fucking with me, homie, you're on one." So I believe Eminem popularized this phrase. "You're on one. I'm on one." So he says that in Drug Ballad, and he says that here. And what is this? Tuesday? I don't think the fuck it, I'm on. I don't think that was out yet when this song was out, even.
So yeah, he probably popularized it, but I would assume that it's something that he would say with like his friends and everyone
Yeah,
where he lived.
I don't think like he's the person that created that
I mean, he
saying, but
could be. I don't know.
he made it popular though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, with like sayings like this, I'll like think of a saying and be like, oh wow, like that's new. And then all of a sudden I'll watch like an old movie and like they're saying it there.
And,
Or like listen to a really old song and they say it there. And I'm like, did I just not know about this until now and think it was new?
yeah,
So I don't know.
that's funny. I always wonder about the people that create the sayings for the first time. Do you know what I mean? Like they just created, never
Like
existed, and then
like one example, literally maybe like five, no, like 7 years ago, I heard someone use the term my peoples, like plural, in referring to like their friends and stuff, and I had never heard that before. So I thought that was like a
really,
new thing.
oh, that
But then like I found out that like people have been saying that for like
ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a million other examples like that, but I can't think of them right now. Just that one.
Yeah, that's funny. So I have a funny story. I'll be quick. We'll get back to this
Yeah.
reaction. When I was in like fifth grade, maybe, my parents, I think my dad was watching some like show or movie, right? And they referred to a blowjob as head. And I thought that was just like a thing like people my
Yeah.
age knew. And I was like, adults know this phrase? Like this is a phrase that's been around for a while? Like I thought this was a new
Yeah.
thing that adults didn't know. Yeah. I remember being like, holy shit, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's so many, it's
it's
so
random.
weird.
Okay, so anyway, yes, he says you're on one, referring to you're on a drug, you're on, something if, you're mistaken that you believe you can fuck with him. And then he says he's cocking his head back. Come on, son. She's on my Johnson.
Penis.
She brings my name up constant. Your boys are like, she's fucking with you. She wants him. Is that, she's fucking with you? She wants him? Is that what he says?
I'm not 100% sure.
She's fucking with dude. She wants some.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I couldn't remember what it was. Says she's fucking with dude. She wants him. Wants some. She's
Hmm.
fucking with dude. She wants some.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh boy.
You better get a clue. She's on my dick because
Yeah,
I spit better than
I'm
you.
reading
What
from
you
here because
expect
this
her
is
to do.
fucking with me.
Now I'm speaking from my memory.
Yeah. So he says, homeboy, you better get a clue. She's on my dick because I spit better than you. So self-explanatory. She likes him because he raps and you don't rap as good as he does. What do you expect her to do? How you expect her to act in the sack when she's closing her eyes, fantasizing of digging her nails in my back to this track.
I love that line.
So
It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah, it's self-explanatory. He's saying, I'm taking your fucking girls from you because I'm so much better. I'm like the best at this rap shit. I'm way better than you. Your girl wants me, everything. I'm the fucking man and you're not. You suck. So, self-explanatory.
And like that last line, the way that he delivers it is so good.
Yeah. like
Like, do you
smooth.
know when I first liked this song, how long it took me to learn that part? And I still fucked it up in the video. You can rewind and watch me fuck it up.
It's funny. So then we get to the chorus. It's seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. 'Cause one minute she loves you, the next she don't. She's been stolen from you. And then he repeats it. So self,
Self-explanatory.
yeah, he's seducing women, you know, with his rap skills and so
And just like
the
being him too.
yes. So I was about to say, so it's his skills as a rapper. It's also what he's saying. Do you know what I mean? Like particularly in this song, and then it makes them leave their boyfriends or not love them anymore and love him, so he steals them.
So funny.
All right. So,
But, like, he's a big star. So like, I mean, he's
of
not gonna
course,
actually date you, probably.
you don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's multiple girls, millions and millions of girls, can't date them all.
It's true.
Or can you?
All right.
I don't think so.
Here we go.
She's sitting there getting liquored up at the bar. She says it's quicker to count the things that ain't wrong with you than to count the things that are. There's a 7-disc CD changer in the car, and I'm in every single slot, and you're not. Oh, I'm the logo on that Dallas Cowboy helmet, a star. And I'm not about to sit back and just keep rhyming one syllable. No, switch it up and watch them haters not give it up, cause they're just not good enough. But I'm not giving up till I get my respect, and I won't stop till I get enough, cause I'm not living up to my own expectations. Oh, that hater alarm is sounding off, and Obama took the bomb from my name. So quit crying that I took your dame, homie, she's my dame. You sadly mistaken if you thinking that I'm not on my game, boy. And things just ain't been the same since the day that I came, boy. You wear your heart on your sleeve, I sport that white tank, boy. But you got a heart on for me, what you hollering my name for? It's your bitch on my dick, ain't my dang fault, man, I can't call it
Seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. One minute she loves you, the next she don't. She's been stolen from you. It's like a seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. One minute she loves you, the next she don't. She's been stolen from you. It's like a
Okay, like, do you ever sing along to a song and then like you're singing like one part, but then like the back vocals come in, so you try to sing those too?
Yeah, of
And then you have to
course.
like catch yourself back up with the chorus, and then
Yeah.
you're pretty much like just doing nonsense,
Yeah, it's
but
funny.
it's still fun.
I definitely do that. I sing different parts, or like when you're doing it to yourself, you can be singing one and then in your head you're singing the other part. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
happens simultaneously. Yeah, I was noticing when we just listened to the chorus, after the first verse, that that guy's vocals of doing the girls on the floor, like it fits so well. It's so subtle
Yeah.
in the chorus throughout the song. Like you could hear it very well in the beginning, like in the intro, but it's like hidden under his vocals, embedded in the beat, and it just works really well. You know what I mean?
And the song's just really good.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't trust these lyrics again, so I have them on my
Shit,
phone as
it
usual.
starts out right. She's sitting there
Yeah,
getting
but
liquored up at the bar.
there's like single words that get fucked up.
I love that line.
So he says she's sitting there getting liquored up at the bar. She's saying it's quicker to count the things that ain't wrong with you than to count the things that are.
Which is so like that's a good line. It's so simple.
Yeah, it is, but it's cool. So yeah, she's obviously getting drunk at the bar. The implication is that she's like bummed out that her man like sucks so much, so she's getting drunk.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're saying that it's easier to count what's wrong with you than to count, well, it's easier to count what's right with you than what's wrong with you, meaning that like you probably got like 3 good things and everything else sucks,
Yeah,
which sucks.
it's quicker to count things that ain't wrong with you than to count things that are. It's very funny.
Yeah.
There's a 7-disc CD changer in her car, and I'm in every single slot, and you're not. Oh, so I think it's a little. Oh,
Because he has 7 albums at
so
this point,
yes, he
right?
does have 7 albums at this point. So that
Holy shit, you've
literally.
done 7 albums?
So we
Emily?
didn't do Infinite, which I believe is counted
Oh,
because Recovery, Relapse, Encore, uh,
refill?
Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, and then yeah, Infinite we didn't do.
Hmm.
It's 'cause that was the album before he was signed. We'll go back. We're gonna do
Um,
that. It'll be interesting. Somebody suggested that early on. They're like, because we were asking, they were like, okay, you did the Marshall Mathers, go back, do Slim Shady, then go through his catalog, and then when you're finished present day, go back to his first album ever and to see the difference. And I was like, oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I think it's also a play on when he says, I'm in every single slot and you're not. It's like a
Kind of
sexual
like
innuendo.
in her as well.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
but there aren't 7.
No. Well,
Uh,
ears,
no,
nose.
no.
Yeah,
There's 3, no more.
I guess. And then he says, "Oh, so yes, I will point out he's doing the right
Yeah,
when he makes it's funny he makes note of it. So yeah,
hmm
then he says, every single slot and you're not. Oh, I'm the logo on that Dallas Cowboys helmet,
a
a
star.
star, and I'm not about to sit back and just keep rhyming one syllable. Nah."
Yeah,
So it's funny
just funny.
because he's doing the and then he rhymes at the end of the line saying, I'm not going to sit back, just keep rhyming one syllable, nah, which it's like technically the same syllable, but he's also saying no.
Yeah,
So it's a clever little thing he did there. And then he says, switch it up and watch them haters not give it up because they're just not good enough, but I'm not giving up till I get my respect and I won't stop till I get enough. So his delivery there is like really cool. He like speeds it up. You know what I mean? Like he
mhm.
delivers it like almost double time. You know what I mean? Like very fucking quick. And then yeah, it's self-explanatory that the haters. He's gonna show off. He's switching up his shit, showing how versatile and awesome he is, and the haters just aren't going to. They're not going to respect it because they're haters.
Of course.
He says, but it's because they're not good.
And because he's stealing their girls.
Yes, but he's saying that Eminem's saying he's not going to stop until he gets his respect, and he won't stop till he gets enough. Then he says, "Because I'm not living up to my own expectations." Oh,
Isn't that old song? Like, won't stop till you get enough. Or is that not how it goes?
Michael Jackson, "Don't
Oh,
stop till you
yeah,
get it."
yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe that was like a Michael Jackson nod.
it could be. They're just
Because
not good enough.
because
I'm
he
not
was
giving up.
saying that, like, he was getting shit from, like, the record company or whatever in that last
He's a
skit
manager.
for
Yeah,
shitting on Michael. So maybe this was like, oh,
yeah, could be. It's interesting. And then yeah, he says he's not giving up till he gets my respect, and I won't stop till I get enough because I'm not living up to my own expectations. Oh, so he's saying that he's doing this for him. You know what I mean? And he's trying to beat his own, his goals and like, you know what I mean?
yeah, like beat out himself
Yeah. He's
essentially.
not doing it to say I won't stop till I get enough. You know what I mean? Until he's
Hmm
not living up to his own expectations, meaning like as long as he's, living up to his expectations, he's gonna keep rhyming. He doesn't give a shit about, what other people think or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. And then he says, the hater alarm is sounding off, and Obama took the bomb from my name. Ah, which it's funny. So Obama, obviously, it sounds like bomb. But Obama was like heavily criticized even by the people that voted for him for bombing so many people like in the wars in the Middle East. They called him like the bomber in chief. And I'm talking about
I
like
like never heard about
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
he
familiar.
stepped up. I mean, every president, he wasn't like unique. I mean, he technically stepped up from George Bush, but then, Trump stepped up, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps
Yeah, it
getting
just gets
worse.
worse. Yeah.
But Obama, just like Bush, campaigned on saying we're not going to go to war. We got to stop these
They all
wars.
say
They
that.
do. But then
Was there a president yet that was like more wars? Like we're not in enough
that is
wars.
true. That is true. But yeah, so it's funny because Eminem's just playing off his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Obama, but like people, even Obama supporters, were very critical of his bombing, which it's just interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean we were, younger. You were probably still in high school, you know what I mean? I wasn't paying
Yeah, he was
attention.
elected when I think I was a junior or something
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't
Yeah,
care about any of that.
I
I was
didn't give a
like,
shit either.
I'm still trying to figure out where I want to go to college. So you guys do the political thing and I'll just do my thing.
Yeah. All right. So then he says, "So quit crying that I took your dame, homie. She's my dame." Aw, again. So he's just stealing your girl. "You sadly mistaken if you thinking that I'm not on my game, boy."
I love that.
Yeah. So obviously to play on Game Boy, the handheld video game system.
Yeah, because
But
then he's literally saying, "You're mistaken if you think I'm not on my Game Boy." And then
yeah,
it's like, "You're mistaken if you think I'm not on my Game Boy."
boy. Yeah, exactly. "And things just ain't been the same since the day that I came forth. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I sport that white tank, boy."
Which is such a good line because it's also like kind of like, I don't know, white tank tops, like a wife beater. It's associated with being like tough. But also, if you wear your heart on your sleeve, he really couldn't because they don't have any sleeves.
Exactly. Yeah, you explained it perfectly.
Cool.
Yes. And then he says, "But you got a hard on for me. What you hollering my name for? It's your bitch on my dick. Ain't my dang fault, man. I can't call it."
Well, that's why he's hollering your name.
Yes, and why he has a hard on for you, you know.
Yes.
And then yeah, then it
It's
went.
like, I stole his girl. I can't understand
I
why
don't
he
know
won't leave me
why
alone.
everybody's so mad at me for some reason. Then we finished up
Why does
here. We will play out this last verse now.
Been stolen from you. It's like a verbal
It's like we're playing lyrical tug of war with your ear. You hear it, girl? Come here. Put your ear up to the speaker, dear, while I freak this world premiere, seducing her. Loosen up with a little freestyle. Little wait, am I losing ya? Am I making you look bad? Well, I got news for you, homie. You're losing her. Oh wait, you don't like when I spit it fast? Am I trying to show out? Let me slow it down. It's still gonna be a blowout. You're gonna wanna throw out your whole album. Rummage through the shit and try to salvage something to see if you can save any of it, punk. But none of it's fucking with me. Rick, you really feeling that bullshit? You think you killing them syllables? Quit playing. These beats ain't nothing to fool with. They call me fire marshal. I shut the shit down. Your entire arsenal is not enough to fuck with one round. I am also the opposite of what you are like. You're a microcosm of what the fuck I am on the mic. I am awesome and you were just awestruck. She's love stricken. She's got her jaw stuck from sucking my dick. Oh fuck.
seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. But 1 minute she loves you, the next she don't. She's been stolen from you. It's like a verbal seduction, seduce. Ain't nobody who's as good at what I do. But 1 minute she loves you, the next she don't. She's been stolen from you. It's like a verbal seduction.
All right.
I love that song. I think
Yes.
this was like maybe the most excited I've been to do one of the songs,
Yeah, that's so funny.
which is, yeah, because I didn't think it was my favorite. I thought that, like, I don't know, Crazy in Love was my favorite or Superman, but I guess not. Yeah, I think this is my favorite.
Yeah, I think another
Oh,
one
no,
of
I
your.
didn't say that. It's not my favorite.
No, I was just about to say though, there is another one of your favorites on this album, I think.
There is.
I
And I
think.
think it's next. Or
Is it?
maybe, well, how many songs are on this album? We got to be almost done with
I
it.
think we're almost halfway through, or maybe about halfway through.
It's got to be next or close to that.
We're on track 8 with the deluxe version. There's 19.
When does the song, we're not going to say the
We'll
name.
see. We'll
Fine.
do these lyrics quick.
It might be next. It's probably not next.
Yeah, I'm actually not positive what the next song is.
Oh.
I have a rough idea, but I'm not sure. Okay, third final verse.
Yes.
So it's like I'm playing lyrical tug of war with your ear. You hear it, girl. Come on. Put your ear up to the speaker,
He
dear.
says, come here.
What's up?
He says, come
Oh,
here.
what'd I say?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, it says come here. I don't know why I said that. You hear it, girl. Come here. Put your ear up to the speaker, dear, while I freak this world premiere. So, yeah.
That first line's crazy. Because if I'm playing tug of war with your ear lyrically, like you imagine, like I'm like pulling at your ear, and then he goes, "You hear it, girl, come here." So like he's like pulling her with the words.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
lyrical tug of war with your ear. So yes, like physically and then like,
Yeah.
lyrically just in your ear. And then he says, "You hear it, girl," which is obviously another ear reference.
Yeah.
He says, "Come here, put your ear to the speaker, dear." So again, another ear thing. He says, "While I freak this world premiere." So yeah, when songs or music videos would debut for the first time anywhere, any place, it's known as a world premiere.
Right.
Yes. So then he says, "Seducing her, loosen up. with a little freestyle that'll, and then he says, "Wait, am I losing ya?" So he like cuts off his. I actually like that part. He like acts like
He stops
he's
his rhyme.
yeah. He's like,
I don't even know where that was
I
going.
know.
I guess I'll never know.
With a freestyle that'll like what'll it do? And he says, "Wait, am I losing ya? Am I making you look bad? Well, I got news for ya, homie. You're losing her." So yeah, it's same fucking theme. He's seducing the women. His rhyming is so good. And then he's like, "Oh, am I losing you? Am I making you look bad? Well, it's not my fault. You're losing her." He says, "Oh wait, she don't like when I spit it fast. Am I trying to show how? Let me slow it down some. It's still gonna be a blowout." So he's saying like, "Oh, she doesn't like that I'm rapping fast like this and shit." And then he's like, "I'm gonna slow it down, but that doesn't even matter because
It'll still be good.
it's so much better than yours." Yeah. Then he says, "You're gonna want to throw out your whole album, rummage through the shit, and try to salvage something to see if you can save any of it, punk, but none of it's fucking with me." So again, his lyricism and shit is so much better that you're gonna throw out your whole album, and then you're gonna try to see if there's anything that's
Salvageable.
yeah, that's
Be
but yeah. And he says even if you do find it, it's still not gonna fuck with him. You know what I mean? Which is funny. And then he says, "Trick, you're really feeling that bullshit." So it is interesting. He says, let me skip ahead here so it's actually on the screen, where he says, "But none of it is fucking with me." And then he says, "Prick." So like prick, fucking, you know what I mean?
connected the two.
Yeah, it's a small little thing, but
Yeah.
it's notable. He says, "Prick, you really feeling that bullshit? You think you killing them syllables? Quit." So, it's bullshit. You're not fooling anybody. Um, You think you're killing them syllables? Quit playing. These beats ain't nothing to fool with. They call me fire marshal. I shut shit down. Your entire arsenal is not enough to fuck with one round.
That's interesting. The fire marshal, because his name is Marshall, so it's a play on that. But the
Mhm.
fire marshal is also the person who tends to shut events, restaurants, parties, everything down if it's
Too wild or
above
yeah,
capacity.
too packed.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you explained it perfectly. He's saying, quit playing. So okay. So he says, "You think you're killing them syllables, quit playing. These beats ain't nothing to fool with." So playing, fool with, you know what I mean? Like, so quit playing, like
Like
you're
playing
fucking
with the
around.
beats, like
Yeah. But then playing like, quit joking around and these beats ain't nothing to fool with. They call me
mhm.
fire marshal. I shut the shit down, which you explained. Your entire arsenal is not enough to fuck with one round.
Which is another crazy line.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Like,
tell me what you think.
okay, so your entire arsenal, so like everything that you have personally is not enough to fuck with me going one round. And also your entire gun collection is not enough to fuck with just one bullet of
Of
mine,
his. Yeah.
which is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. It's funny. Eminem has a lot of these, and myself, who's been like an Eminem fan since I was little, like there's still random things like that that'll just go over my head. Like I'll get the one interpretation, and I'm like, oh, there's another way you can interpret that, and
Yeah.
that's the fucking double entendre that like it just goes over my head sometimes. But there's a lot of things like this, which is really cool. All right. Then the last little bit, he says, "I am also the opposite of what you are like. You're a microcosm of what the fuck I am on the mic." So,
So you're like a minuscule version of me.
yes, I really like his delivery, like at this part. You know what I mean? The way he
Mhm.
delivers these lines. Um, yes, you said that. And he says, "I am awesome, and you are just awestruck. She's love stricken. She's got her jaw stuck from sucking my dick. Oh, fuck." Which
Self-explanatory.
yeah, so he's I'm awesome and you're awestruck. So you're just in awe of his rhyming
Me.
ability and how awesome he is, and then her jaw stuck from sucking my dick, and then the aw fuck, which is funny. He brought back the awe,
Aw.
yeah,
And it's just
which
cool
is
because like
cool.
awesome and awestruck.
Yeah,
And then
and
aw
then
fuck.
and then yeah, so like, and then if she's like sucking his dick, you go, oh, it's like like
Oh
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's kind of subtle thing
Ugh.
there,
Oh
and
boy.
then
It just
that's
goes
it. It's
into the
just the
chorus.
chorus.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, Seduction.
So it's like one of my favorite Eminem songs. I won't say it's my favorite because you still have to watch for the videos that we do on our favorite ones. But yeah, like very clearly you like this song, which is you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Um, and what about you?
I like this song. I do. It's good. I appreciate how like unique it is amongst all the other songs in his catalog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like typically, which he does intentionally, like he talks shit about women, because it pisses people off. And I think, part of him does have like what she's talked about, like he had a fucked up relationship with his mom. So, he
Yeah,
had like a tough relationship with women in general. But
it's true.
he would rap about that shit. People would get mad. So then he intentionally talks shit even more, right? But this one isn't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it is
no.
unique.
This is
It's,
shitting on men. If
yeah,
anything, like you ain't shit and I'm gonna steal your girl.
yeah, exactly. So it's unique from that perspective. The beat is different than a lot of his other shit. Recovery has a very unique sound compared to the rest of his catalog. He switches it up a little bit later in further albums too, but this is like the first time hearing him like this and like on these different types of beats, and his delivery is like really fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a great song.
I agree.
Yes.
All right. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See, bye.
Bye.